Mr. Buttich is... Are you ready?
Are we recording?
Are we recording? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to do this one? Ah, okay. 3, 2, 1.
Shit.
What's up, everybody? My name's Kyle.
I'm Corey.
Welcome to our shorts. We are going to be watching, reviewing, poking, revealing Muse's new video for You Make Me Feel Like It's Halloween off of Will of the People. Yeah, so this dropped Friday, and along with a bunch of performance videos from the album. I've listened to the album front to back probably 8 times. This freaking album's insane, and I love this song. It's definitely been added to the Halloween playlist on Spotify. Addie fucking loves this song. She loves this song. Anyway, I've watched it. Corey watched it. I'm really excited because I told Corey there's a lot of Stephen King in this, and there's actually even more Stephen King in this that I even realized because he is a Stephen King fanatic, has a shit ton of books. You'll take a picture and post it, right?
Really?
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. It's going to fucking happen. And if it doesn't, you're going to make me look like an idiot. And you can go fuck yourself.
There's going to be no picture up there.
It's going to be a dick. It's going to be a dick pic. It's going to be that dick from Fight Club.
Right.
Like, you dick.
The 1 second shot.
Yeah.
I do. I have...
Ah,
Oh, Stormy. You're going to mess stuff up.
just don't move.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of his books. I even got like his old Richard Bachman books when he was writing under his pen name. Richard Bachman. You know what? You're gonna mess
You're
with
going to unplug that thing.
I know, right? Okay, so anyway, as I was going through it, we were picking things out that are fairly obvious, right? And we'll probably shout those out as the video's playing.
Yep.
But then as I watched it again, I was like, holy crap, I remember this scene from this and stuff like that. So I guess we'll go ahead and get right into it. The song is awesome. I've listened to the new Muse album probably twice all the way through. And this song is quickly rising up in my top 3.
Nope. What, is Muse songs all together?
No, just on that album.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because, like I said, my absolute favorite is Compliance. I love that song. Followed by...
Don't Stand Down?
Yeah, Don't Stand Down.
That song's amazing.
And then...
Killer Be Killed.
Yeah.
Corona. I mean, there's so many freaking amazing songs off the album.
Well, we're going to jump right into You Make Me Feel Like It's Halloween. As long as Stormy doesn't mess something up, we should be good. Here we go. I mean, so right off the bat, I mean, this house is a combination of multiple homes.
Sure.
There's Christine.
Yeah. That could be the house from Salem's Lot now, from Nebo Street.
It could be the house on Nebo Street.
Yeah.
Could even be a representation of King's home, which kind of looks like that. We see this in a lot of videos, and I call it out a lot. I like the barrel roll, but
Yeah.
I'll say something at the very end about this video.
Checking my mirror, you make me feel like I'm on the run. Where'd you hide the gun? The kitchen knife in your hand. Are you the poison? Are you the cure? I'm not so sure.
There's one.
So there's a part later on there's a homage to Misery. But as I was watching this video, and
it's in the second verse,
that popped up, I said, man, I've seen that penguin somewhere before. Kyle was back over here, and I was like, where have I seen that penguin before? And then I remember, and I played the scene for him because I had the movie thing, and it's from Misery.
Yeah.
Where he's trying to get through the house, and he knocks her penguin over, which is facing the opposite direction, and he catches it, and he puts it back on, and it's actually facing backwards, which is the direction it's facing here. So they actually placed it directly the way that he would have replaced it. Was it James Caan?
Yeah.
Would have placed it in the movie. So that's right there. That's Misery.
Don't touch me.
getting into
The
Shining.
Sure. Ow.
And then the girl hanging up there is Exorcist.
Yeah, yeah. Is that what that was? I wasn't 100% sure if it was from Exorcist 2. You're clawing the shit out of me.
There's an old movie called Mirrors, and this is, I think, Saw. This is what I'm saying is Saw.
Well, that was the Misery reference too.
Yeah.
I said you're my biggest fan. And the blood could be from a bunch of stuff that we talked about.
Which we'll talk about at the end.
Yeah.
Mirrors. Poltergeist.
And that backwards crap Exorcist. Yeah. Duh.
It.
Yeah. Do a barrel roll.
Another barrel roll. Shining.
You sure?
I think so.
Yep.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Don't do it.
That was from Compliance, I think.
Oh,
Flaming Car.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
But here's the one that took a while for a lot of people to know. Cell, which is another Stephen King movie and book.
Jason Voorhees,
Scream. Guy Fawkes. Corey Taylor.
Corey Taylor from Slipknot.
So this right here, scene with the hands, could be from a couple of things also. Could be from Evil Dead. Could be from Carrie.
Carrie, when she reaches back out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be a lot of things. Yeah. And that's a Cox and Fugue in D minor.
Yeah. Saw reference right here.
And that's from Don't Stand Down.
Don't Stand Down.
Yeah.
So they even reference back to some of their other music, which I think is great because Don't Stand Down, Will of the People, Compliance, all kind of go together.
Yeah.
And so they kind of fit this one a little bit with the mask, the flaming car, the guy in the wheelchair. So the one that kind of stands, well, again, there are so many of them that stand out, like that are blatant references to King movies. What was the one we were saying? We'll talk about that one at the end. I cannot remember now. Oh, so the blood running down.
Yeah.
So you had mentioned Dracula.
That's
You
something
also
from
mentioned
Dracula. Then I had the Blade.
You also mentioned Blade, and then you mentioned, which I never thought about until I was like, and it's actually one of my favorite, I won't say horror films, but I guess it's considered that genre, which is Cabin in the Woods. And in Cabin in the Woods, at the very end, they have the blood that runs down and fills the symbols and then the ancient gods, which honestly would kind of make sense because as they're pulling down those statues in, was it Will of the People?
Yes.
Those are like the ancient gods, and in Cabin in the Woods, that hand comes out and and then crushes down, which actually fits with the hand that comes out towards the end of the song. So, tons of different references.
Yeah, it was funny because like when I was looking at the different masks and I saw that one mask, that looks a lot like Corey Taylor's one from the Iowa mask when they're in the freaking coveralls, and I watched an Apple Music interview with Matt Bellamy yesterday, and Matt talks about how one of his sons, it's either his oldest son, I believe, who's obsessed with Slipknot. That's what they listen to go to school all day, like every day. And so he even said that during the recording of the music and writing of the music of this album, Slipknot had a bit of an influence on some of the heavier stuff like, Kill or Be Killed or Don't Stand Down or Won't Stand. And it ain't nothing in there.
He's pissed.
He's like, damn it, there's no Cheetos in there. But it would make sense to have something like that thrown in there just because, he was just talking about it and how much, like, they went to a show and they were watching from the sidelines because he's like, my son's not quite old enough to go into the mosh pit yet, and I don't want to do that. But he talks about how amazing they are. So,
Well, I read an article also with Muse's drummer. I forgot his name. Hammond.
Dom.
Yes,
Dominic.
had gotten Corey Taylor's mask.
Yeah.
And was taunting him with it, like was trolling him with his own mask. And
it's funny because, and I told you this today, but Dominic he's never really trained with the double bass pedal and never really incorporated it. And Matt was like pushing him to do it. He's like, you need to learn how to play this, because his son can do it better than Dom can. His son's a drummer in a band, and he plays double bass. He's like, he can play circles around Dom. I'm like, all right, but it was really nice to see Dom like practicing like every day to get the double bass. And there's double bass on several of the tracks, not even on the really heavy ones. There's double bass on. I can't remember the name of it's like the fourth track.
Liberation?
Thank you. Yeah. I think there's double bass on that, which isn't a big deal, but it is absolutely a thing. Because Addie asked me the other day, she's like, is Muse metal? I'm like, no. But they have.
But they can break into that genre.
They can break into that in certain aspects of it. And it really.
Won't Stand Down or Kill or Be Killed are perfect examples.
And but there are other stuff. They have had heavy stuff, but nothing like I would say, oh, that's metal. They're rock like 100%.
So we tried to do some research into this, and we were looking at some forums and seeing what other people were saying about the music video. And there wasn't a ton of stuff out there about people like picking out Easter eggs. I mean, they saw some of the things. Like there was people that were like, okay, you can definitely pick out
The Shining,
and It, and Christine.
I actually didn't see anybody pick out Christine.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's like blatant at the very beginning.
What's at the beginning?
But something that people were saying that we did look into were like, oh, they compared it to Ghost, which we have done a review on Ghost, and they did Spillways, and they were comparing it to Ghost 20s. And so we looked up 20s and we listened to them. We were like, I don't hear it. And then somebody was like, oh, this is a perfect mashup. Now, between Somebody's Watching Me, which was a Rockwell song, and Michael Jackson.
Right, which Muse has even said this is their version of that.
And then they were like, oh, this is a perfect mashup between Rockwell's Somebody's Watching Me and
Toccata and Fugue.
Yeah.
And it's, I was like, you know, it's fucking not. First of all, just because it has church organ in it doesn't make it a Toccata Fugue in D minor. However, there is the very, very end, Matt's playing the organ or I don't think he's playing an actual organ. He's playing a patch with, an organ sound. And Chris is playing bass in that, like, and then fucking Dom is going ballistic on the drums. And so, yes, but to say it was a mashup, no. Did they sample it? No. They played it. And it's at the very end. That's how they end.
They did a song, was it Megalomania?
That was
the last song they used organ.
Church organ in, yeah. Megalomania. That's off of Origin of Symmetry, I think, or I can't remember.
Regardless, and we can probably talk a little bit more. I don't want to cut it off yet because we have some other things. But this Muse album, this honestly is probably in the last couple of reviews or reactions that we've done, this is probably my favorite favorite music video I've seen.
Of theirs?
No, just in general.
Oh, wow.
Followed very, very closely, if not tied, with Jackson Wang's Cruel that we just did.
That song was fucking dope.
That music video was insane. The song was fantastic.
I was right.
It was Origins of
Symmetry? Yeah. It's at the end. It's the second to last song.
Oh, what I was going to say at the very beginning. I'm a big fan of barrel rolls in general. I think they're really cool. I think they overdid it here.
Yeah, they did too.
And I get it. It's a cool transition. It's a very cool transition.
How many times did they do it? Like twice?
No, I think it was more than that.
Was it more than that?
Oh yeah, they did.
Anytime they do a major,
very beginning, when they did a major transition, they really did
a new thing.
And I don't mind like the truck pans that are like the quick pans, that kind of transition, but they overdid it with the barrel rolls, in my opinion. A lot of people are like, oh.
And I really don't think that there was one living person in this entire video.
No, this entire thing was CGI.
Yeah.
It
looked great.
Which Will of the People was CGI.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah.
All of it?
I think all of it was CGI.
I don't think all of it was. We'd have to rewatch it.
It's up. It's up there. Is it on Patreon or this one?
It's on Patreon because we couldn't get it cleared.
That's right. And we probably won't get
this one cleared either. We should fight it.
Although we've been disputing everything, and we've gotten
stuff's
some
been coming back, right?
Stuff has been coming back. Jackson Wang came back. We had that one disputed. But a lot of people are like, I guess the companies don't want people to monetize, but we're not trying to monetize. No. It was completely blocked. Like, nobody in your watch cube can see it. So this album, quickly becoming, I think, my favorite album of the year. Like,
this is by far my favorite album of the year, but that's also because I'm.
Now, we also don't have Silk Sonic's album, and that comes in, like, I think next week.
But that wasn't released. Well, yes, it was. Never mind.
It was.
Was it released in 2022? It's the end of 2022.
And,
what else?
What else has been coming out this year? Weeknd had his drop. And that was
that's a good
fantastic.
one. That's a great album.
And then Harry Styles has his album that dropped too.
But I love Muse. So I have every single Muse album on vinyl except for one. And I just have to buy it.
Anyway, if y'all picked out anything that we didn't pick out, because we probably missed a whole bunch of Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I was just going to say, it's funny that this is becoming one of my favorite Muse albums. And I think the reason is because it sounds so familiar to like everything that I've loved.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I read something about it and then I watched him talk about it, Matt Bellamy that is, that I think it's Warner Brothers. Yeah, I think it's Warner Brothers. I believe it's Warner Brothers who their company is, record label, is that they had asked them to do a greatest hits. And Matt's like, fuck that. He's like, how about we just do a greatest hits album of songs I've never heard before? And I'm like, that's badass. And they're okay.
Honestly, there's not one song that I've skipped through on this album.
The whole album is amazing. And what he was talking about was, he said, we went back through their discography and they said, what would we miss in that vein or that genre? And that's why everything sounds different on this album. But if you are a Muse fan, you're like, oh shit, that sounds like, Sing for Absolution, or that sounds like something else, and there are melodies that are shared, and I'm like, this sounds like you wrote this song before, but that's fine. I don't give a shit. This album's amazing.
Yeah, so the last thing I'll say about this is there's a lot of references in this. There's John Carpenter references.
Oh, you're talking about the video. Yeah.
In this video. There's, we talked about Wes Craven directed Scream, but it was written by Kevin Williamson. There's overwhelming amounts of Stephen King references. I would like to see what Stephen King, if he would respond. And here's the reason why. Muse's I won't say platform. Yeah, I guess I'll say platform. And I'm talking about not like music platform, but their platform and how they see the world, and probably their political leanings or whatever. I think they mirror pretty closely or somewhat of what Stephen King. I'm again huge Stephen King fan. My wife got me a trip to Bangor, Maine, and we went up there and we went on the tour. We went to his house, not in his house. He probably wouldn't like that.
No,
although we did go to his house, and they said it's nothing to see him like driving around town in his old beat up pickup truck and a pair of jeans and just hanging out. I could go on all day because there's so much about Stephen King that when I went on that tour, I was like, oh my God, I respect him more because of the stuff he does that he doesn't want credit for. But he's also very, screw it, he's more left leaning.
Yeah.
So I feel like he would respond to this in a positive manner.
I would think so.
But I also
because
think
he does that though.
I also think he responds to a lot of stuff in a positive manner that revolves around him. And this again, this is the last thing I said. We went and saw the remake of Pet Sematary.
I was just gonna say that, and he liked it.
He liked it. We were like, we walked down, and I was like, that was shit.
Yeah,
complete shit.
It was
Why'd
mediocre.
They change the ending?
We almost got into a. No, we didn't almost. You silenced someone pretty fucking savagely, and that was great.
Anyway, so if we missed anything, let us know. Love to hear what your views are on Muse in general, their album or this song. And thanks for sticking with us. This has been a long one.
It has been a long one. I like long ones. Yeah. Long videos, you pervert.
No.
My name's Kyle.
My name's Corey.
Peace.